timeless tales. Uncover the moments that define us and the heroes who shaped our world. Step into the annals of history, time and places where every day is a new discovery. Welcome to the Whitty Champ Viral History channel.
In the bustling heart of 1950s Brooklyn, where the clamor of daily life drowned out the whispers of international intrigue, a story unfolded that was so bizarre, it could have been ripped straight from a Cold War thriller. It all started with a seemingly insignificant coin, a nickel. But this was no ordinary piece of change. It was the bearer of secrets, a vessel of mystery in the high-stakes game of espionage between the world's superpowers. Young Jimmy Bozart, a typical paperboy with dreams perhaps bigger than his bag of newspapers, was the unlikely hero in our tale. On a routine day, collecting dues from his neighbors, one coin, a peculiar, slightly lighter nickel, caught his attention. Little did he know, his curiosity was about to catapult him into a world of spies and coded messages. When the coin accidentally dropped and split open, revealing a tiny piece of microfilm, Jimmy's mundane day transformed into an adventure he'd never imagined. With a mix of bewilderment and a sense of importance, he handed over the strange find to the authorities. Enter the FBI, America's guardians of internal security, who scratched their heads over the coded message. They pulled in cryptographers, pored over code books, and brewed endless pots of coffee as they worked tirelessly to crack the code. But the message remained elusive, a stubborn enigma that refused to give up its secrets. It was as if the coin mocked them, a tiny metallic sphinx with a riddle no one could solve. As the years ticked by, the mystery of the hollow nickel took on a life of its own, becoming a legend in the intelligence community. It was a constant reminder of the shadowy world that existed just beneath the surface of everyday life, where spies moved like ghosts through the city, leaving only whispers and the faintest of traces. Then, as if scripted by fate itself, Reino Heihanen, a weary and disillusioned KGB agent, stepped into the light of freedom and defected to the West. With him came the keys to unlock many Soviet secrets, including the stubborn mystery of the hollow nickel. You see, the message was intended for him, a welcome note and a guide to navigating the clandestine operations in his new home. With a few words, Heihanen turned the gibberish into clarity, solving the riddle that had stumped the FBI for so long. In the end, the story of the hollow nickel was more than a tale of espionage. It was a snapshot of a time when the world teetered on the edge of monumental conflict, where every dropped coin could hold the weight of secrets. It was a reminder of the extraordinary hidden within the ordinary, and how, sometimes, a young boy's curiosity could unwittingly pull at the thread of international mystery. This wasn't just a case to be filed away. It was a story to be told and retold, a slice of history that captured the imagination and reminded us all of the thin, often blurred line between the mundane and the extraordinary.